We had a few minutes of delay just getting everybody on here, so thanks for your patience. I'm going to open chat for you guys, Q&A, if you have any questions for anybody watching and listening. Thank you for watching and listening. We had some interested people on the Facebook event, so thank you. So this is called, Hey Julia, what's a Magic Club?
Hey everybody, this is what a Magic Club is.
It's us hanging out.
I'm trying to find, oh, there I am. I can see myself. I couldn't see myself. I was like, I hope that I, don't look like a parrot with my hair or something. Um,
And
but
then
yeah,
you did
hi
magic and
everybody.
there you go.
Yeah,
So
that's magic. Um, yeah, I recently was facilitating Foundation Level 1, and we were talking about the energy pull exercise, and I was like, you know, when I first started doing Access, I had a private session with Gary, and I don't think I was willing to receive too terribly much at the time, but I he said, you know what, Julia, pull energy for your business every single day. Do the energy pull exercise for 3 months. So I did. I did it for 3 months. And then when 3 months was over, I started getting kind of wonky when I would go to do the energy pull exercise, and so I kind of just quit. And for the 3 months that I was pulling energy, and it actually lasted for quite a long time after, but for those 3 months that I was pulling energy, I had more business than I could believe. Like, I just started as a CF, as an access facilitator, and I was just going and going and going, and my whole province, Manitoba, it's like becoming a household name here, and I know it's based on those energy pulls. So I love the concept of magic, and I do a lot of magic, and I'm really good at magic, and so this club is going to be kind of a combination of how to learn magic and let's pull energy and commit to it for an entire year. Melissa and I had talked about doing it as a 6-month club, and then she's like, everybody thinks it's a year, because I wrote something wrong on one of the sites, and I was like, no, a year is too long of a commitment. And then she's like, or is it? Like, or is that actually probably one of the greatest gifts you could ever give yourself? And I was like, oh, yeah, that would be one of the greatest gifts I could give myself. So it's going to be 1 year, and I'm really like, I can't even imagine where we'll be if I pulled energy for 3 months, years ago, and created everything I did. It's like, and I think that doing it as a group is going to be like just mind blowing. So, anyways, sorry, Melissa, I didn't give you any time to talk, but
no,
I'm
I
just,
think
it's
that's like
really exciting.
that's some of the most fun part to me is that it's like a collective of pulling pulling energy for everyone's creations. To me, that has so much it's so fun to me that we would actually create communion that way, that we're all willing to flow energy to everybody's projects and to everybody's creations. And like how much more fun is it when you've got your your buddies on your back going, yay for you, like I've got your back, I'm going to pull energy for your classes too. So this is really for like everybody who's really looking for that sense of communion to me too. Like how much can we co-create on this planet? This is your creation, the Magic Club, and how much have I been pulling for this, and everybody else who's excited about it has been like, yay, Magic Club.
I
So
know.
it's really cool how many people are excited about being part of this, even though they have no clue what it is. And so many people are asking like, what is this anyway? But I like to be part of it. And so that clarity of like, what is this, and what are people getting out of it, was kind of why we created this hangout, so that people could have a better idea of what actually could come from this. Like, so your example of what was created through your business,
Yeah.
and whenever I do magic, the energy pulls, like what's created with my business always blows my mind, especially just asking like, being really open about like receiving whatever's going to show up. So I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm
No.
watching, all like, for everybody watching, I don't actually have acne, even though I look like I have acne. Okay.
That's our disclaimer. um yeah, no, I mean, and I think that like the thing that I really want to get to with this club is magic, like actual magic, not just the concept of it. Um, but we all have different areas that are easier for us, and one of the areas that's really easy for me is magic, just making things happen, like closing doors from across the room. I'm sure if any of you have heard my witches and wizard telecall, it's like closing the door from across the room, or playing with ghosts and things like that. It's like that's something that I think should be available to all of us. And it's really fun once you can kind of get to a place where you're more entertained by the things you're creating outside of you, like the magic and what you conduct around you, rather than being entertained by Netflix or things like that. It's it's really fun to I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to move this here, and what would it take to have that? And I mean, it's like once you start playing at that level and receiving that much, it's like recently I was laying in bed and I was thinking to myself, oh my god, like the universe totally has my back. Because recently I've kind of stopped looking at, like, how can I get this right, how can I do this? I'm like, oh, it's not about going left or right, it's about creating an entirely new reality. So the past 6 months or whatever, I've been like creating things from my reality, and it's just like I get everything I ask for. And I'm
It's
like,
so naughty.
is that okay? Like, I was laying in bed and I'm like, it's like I have this Christmas list, and every day I ask for more things on the Christmas list, and then I receive them, and I'm is the universe just getting like tap out one day? I'd be like, no, Jules, like that's enough now. You're getting greedy. But it's not. And every time I ask for something new, it's just showing up in the strangest ways. I mean, I'm moving to Vancouver, and I had been asking for an apartment there. And my girlfriend Daria lives in this incredible building, and I was like, oh, it'd be fun to live it, in the building, just to have each other's backs and look after each other's places when we're gone, and spend time together and create together. And so I was like, what would it take to get a place in this building? And it's like it's incredibly hard to get into. They never have openings. Like Daria got in there by just will and magic as well. And and I was like, what's it gonna take? So I called a couple times, and I kind of had a good rapport with the ladies there, and they said there's nothing, like there's very rarely openings, like they're like 2 bedrooms are impossible to come by. So, and it's a big ocean view. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. And what else is possible? So I made some other plans, and then I got a call last week. We have a place available for you. There's tons of people waiting for it, but if you get your application in and you're approved, then you can have it. And I got the place, and it was just like, oh, it's like just by asking, but it's a softer ask. I mean, I think that the way that we ask, the way that we're used to getting things is by force and effort. And I really know the importance of being kind and in communion and working with the universe as a friend. We'll sit there and we'll go, what would it take for this to show up? And it's like, if I asked my friend for a glass of juice and was like, what would it take for you to get me a glass of juice? It's like they would like kind of get it for me, but it'd be like, why are you talking to me like that? And that's the way that most people I hear talking to the universe are talking to the universe. And it's so much softer and sweeter and kinder, than the way that you've probably been doing it a lot of the time, because a lot of it comes from need, as though we're not enough, or it can't show up. And it's like once you really do actually create that communion with the universe, and pulling energy is actually a really big part of creating this. But once you create that sort of communion with the universe, you have this certainty, this total knowing that the universe is all around you, and it's just like please, what can I give to you? Like anything. Gary said to me one time, Julia, honey, the universe has your back in ways you don't even want to know. Like, wow. And like the universe does have your back in ways that you can't even imagine. But like we're talking to it in this really strange ass backwards way of like, what's it going to take for this to show up, and what else is possible, and although you probably don't talk like that, it's a similar energy I see a lot of the time, and it's like, what kind of softness and communion and life can you like? It's like holding hands with the universe and walking forward with it and asking it for what you desire. And I think like a lot of people have the basic point of view that what you desire is somehow deep down a wrongness. Like if it's that good, it's got to be sinful, it's got to be wrong. And it's really the opposite. You wouldn't desire it if it weren't the greatest possibility for you and everyone around you. It wouldn't even be in your world. Because if you're interested in consciousness, like, I mean, there's like 0.000000001% of us actually who care about consciousness and who are willing to know what we know and willing to have. It's about having. The things that you would actually like to have are actually creating to a greater world for everybody. But it's a really good control mechanism to go, if you want an Audi A5 sports car, you're wrong and you're greedy and you don't care about the people around you because you could be using that money for something better. And it's that sort of mentality. So any of that, like anywhere, all of the causal incongruities, causal incarnations, causal inculcations, and causal incarcerations, creating the place where you truly have decided that what you desire is a wrongness, will you destroy and uncreate it all times a godzillion. Mm-hmm. Melted. Okay. So that's a big one. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyond. Yeah, but truly, it's like, the thing that got me to this space of just this ease, like it really is going to work out. Like you're not going to fall off a cliff if you make a choice that's too big for you. The universe, it's quite the opposite. The universe will arrange itself to create for you if you make big choices. But it's like, we really have to live with the question of, what do I truly desire? Like I ask that question every day. Because we'll ask for the things we think we want, like, but we won't just put it out to the universe, like speak with the universe and ask it, universe, what do I truly desire? And it's like you'll get there, and these things show up that you think are like they're a part of your dream and they're a part of everything you've ever wanted, and it's like, is that okay? Like, there has to be something wrong. And I think that's another part of the group, like the 12 months. Oh my gosh, 12 months. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's a lot of commitment. This is amazing for all of us.
It's a big relationship for all of us.
This is going to be longer than most of your longest relationships.
That's right. Most of the jobs you've had, most of anything you've ever chosen. It's incredible commitment to you.
That's awesome. But like 12 months of truly getting clear on what you truly desire and actually having the willingness to take the action every single day to pull energy into that, and working with everybody else to pull energy into that. Like I am personally humbled and floored by the thought of what this will be and what this will create in the world and on the planet. But yeah, it really is a place of what do I truly desire. And part of the club, I'm going to be giving 3 one-on-one facilitations with me so we can actually crack into this stuff. Oh, that's where I was going with that, was this place where it's like, can I actually have all this, and is what I desire actually okay? I've come up against a lot of those roadblocks, and they've taken me quite a while to get through, because I sort of sink into myself rather than actually go out and work with people and ask for facilitation. And I'm, willing to receive support. So it's not a support group because that's a yucky word. But it's like, let's work together in a way that's actually going to make both of us more, the other people in the group more. So there'll be 3 facilitations within the 12 months, and then a monthly telecall. And I mean, a big part of this group will be, you'll be getting a recording of the energy pull exercise, and it's going to be, let's do it every single morning. That's the commitment, is, are you willing to pull that much energy and build that muscle to that degree? Because pulling energy into your creations is literally a muscle. And it's like we're going to be going to the magic gym every day to lift our magic weights.
I like
And
that.
it's,
Lift those
yeah,
magic weights.
and it's like, the thing is, like, anything, that's the fun part of this, is like, come to the class looking for your phenomenal relationship. Come to the class looking for the amount of money you'd like to have. Come to the class looking for where you'd want to live, the kind of people you want to surround with. Like, we're going to talk about all that. We're going to
And the
talk
phone
about
calls you'd like to have every day for business.
your phone will be ringing off the hook.
Lots and lots.
Thank you for demonstrating that, Melissa.
You're welcome. I did that.
But it's like, come to the class really clear about, well, we'll get clear in it, in the first session and stuff. But come to the class really asking for the things you'd really like to have. Don't go, oh, well, it's probably not conscious to want a relationship, so I'm not going to ask for that. I'm going to ask for only conscious things. It's like, the target of this is not to do things the access way. Of course it's based on access. These tools are the most magical thing I ever could have imagined coming across in my life. It's why I know I came to this planet. I started when I was a kid. It's like there's no other way to do this other than use these tools. But at the same time, it's like, look at what you desire, not what you think an access person should desire, because this is a trap that so many people fall into. It's like, come for the crazy, wild Lamborghinis and all of those things, and you'll find out quickly if they're part of what you truly desire. But it's like, still ask for them. They're fun. They're one of the things that life is about. And really, I love the quote. It was pasted for a long time on Lauren Marie. I'm sure many of you have heard of the beautiful Lauren Marie facilitator, who now has 2 celebrity twins in Australia. But posted on her wall, I think of it all the time. She had the quote, "You wouldn't dream it if you couldn't achieve it." Like, it wouldn't even be in your world. It wouldn't even be a thought or an energy or a possibility in your world if you weren't actually able to receive it. So, don't be afraid. Ask for anything. This is Christmas. It's like Santa Claus will be coming to you every 15 minutes, hopefully, by the time we're over with this. It's like there'll be a bag of presents every 15 minutes. So, yeah.
I've actually watched my daughter be that energy pull since birth, since she literally came out, and I would ask her. I had a lot of points of view at the time, but I also knew magic was possible. And one of the things I had a point of view about was that I had no money and I was going to be a pathetic single mother that was going to have tragedy because really good mothers suffer. That was my point of view.
Awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So I've changed that a lot. But at the time, I would ask her as a baby, I said, whatever you require, if you require clothing, toys, just pull that to you, bring it to you from everywhere. People will bring it to you. And she did every single time. Like, she brought everything she required to her, and it is magic, and it was total ease for her just being. And she still does it to this day. If she requires something, a while ago, she was saying she would really like a Barbie. I said, cool. So what can you choose to have a Barbie show up in your life? And she's like, don't know. I'm like, cool. So let's put it out there. And, like a a few days later, literally like 3 days later, this garbage bag of Barbies showed up on the doorstep with Barbie cars and Barbie clothes. And it was a little girl was getting rid of, she was 12 and she didn't want her Barbies anymore. So Ziva got her entire stash of
Wow.
thousands of dollars worth of Barbies and just totally thrilled, right? And then we gave them to other kids as well. Like there were so many Barbies. We started to, so like now a whole bunch of kids have ended up with Barbies because of her choice and magic. So like when you do choose to receive and you receive abundantly, what contribution can you be to the planet as well? Like where else can you gift? She receives clothes abundantly too. So we've like clothed multiple children in the area as well, just from choice and from her pulling, what being the willingness to pull the energy for her, and then being willing to gift to everybody else too.
Yeah, like these pulls are so natural, but they kind of get stomped out of us probably around 2 or 3 years old.
It's called no, no, don't say yes to that person giving you money. We don't need that. No, no, no. Like I used to get money all the time as a kid. My dad's friends would pass me cash all the time, and I was like, yes, I got money. And it was like $2 for chocolate bars, and chocolate bars were a quarter. So I was like, wow, I got 8 chocolate bars. Like I was really good at math, so I knew how many chocolate bars I could get out of it and packs of gum. Like I was like figured it out. I was like, yay, I got this. And my dad would say, no, 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 don't take their sympathy. It's really funny. I started to buy that when people would give me things, it was sympathy.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes a thing too that stops us from receiving, is where we think it's like, well, you think I'm pathetic, so you're gifting to me. What if the universe never thinks you're pathetic and would like to gift you all the time?
Yeah. For me, it was very much the energy of taking. Like
Hmm.
it was if I'm receiving, I must be taking. And I there's a lot of energies around me that were really like taking energies, and I assume that must be me. So receiving is very difficult when I decided that, oh, I'm taking from them, I'm stealing. Like there's not enough to go around. That's another thing is I'd really like to work on this deep-seated belief in lack.
Hmm.
Um, that sort of seems to be the functional reality, the foundation of a lot of um, limitations. So let's run a clearing on it. So how many causal incarcerations, causal incarnations, causal incongruities, and causal inculcations are you using to defend the lack you are choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right,
Yes.
wrong, good, bad, pop, puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny these things we use to stop us and go in our own way. But it's and it seems like a long journey, but it's so short. It's like once you get started, I tell everybody treat Access like a 4-year university degree. Give it your all for 4 years and see where you're at, man.
It's
So
so true. It is totally like that. And actually, if I'd been aware of Access before university, I probably would have just gone for Access.
yeah,
Like you did both, right? And
I
that's
did both at the same time.
awesome because
Yeah,
you could and you
yeah,
chose that. So we have about 1 minute left of this hangout. Can we? Yeah, I know. It just goes bam. So can we get really clear with everybody on like what, so they know what they're getting out of the club? So
yeah,
they
yeah.
know, yeah.
Okay, so the club is okay. Let me list off everything I have. So there's going to be 12 telecalls, and Melissa is really awesome at pulling out any exercises and clearings. Allison Rosler is going to be transcribing the clearings, and she pretty much transcribes the whole class. She's so good with the notes. So you'll get the PDFs, the audios, the loops, all of that stuff, and then you'll be getting three 30-minute facilitations with me throughout the 12 months. And you'll be getting the energy pull exercise so that you have the tape to listen to. And it'll be also something you'll do out and about, but there is a tape to get you started. There's going to be a Facebook page, and I'm also going to be giving everybody the 11 questions to increase your daily joy, which I have just updated. It's this PDF, and I get people to put it on their bathroom mirror so that while they're brushing their teeth before and after bed, they're asking these questions as they are, getting up and going to bed. So that is what will be included. and it's on a subscription basis, so it's $35 a month. So it's like an extremely low cost product, but it's really something I wanted to do for myself. I wanted to challenge myself to pull energy for that amount of time, and it's like, please come play with me because we're going to be contributing so much to each other. I'm just so looking forward to what's possible. It's like, ugh, I just like my whole body just goes. It's like the trees and the nature and the earth and the whole universe is contributing to this club in a really specific and special way that I have not seen before. And I really, really invite you to come and dive into that energy and play with it and use those things to your advantage and use all the rest of us to your advantage as well on that. So it's basically about becoming the strongest energy puller you possibly can, and we will teach you how to do a lot of magic. So
Like being
yeah,
energy pullers, like turbines, right? Like,
yeah, it'll be like those beams out of your eyes after a while.
love it. Bam. We got our beams, we got our turbines going. And like if you pull energy even for a few minutes and you start to notice that things are changing in your life and that things are already increasing, things are becoming more ease for you. And then you go, wow, so if I chose this for a whole year, every day for a whole year, I'm actually really stoked about this because most of the time I do pull energy to my creations and adding everybody else's energy to it and adding my energy to everybody else's creations. I'm just like really excited to see what like where I'm at now, and I'm actually going to write down like where I'm at now with what I see as my limitations, and like monthly I'm going to look at like what limitations have I like no longer exist in my universe after all these energy pulls. I get that so many of the limitations that I have, even though I've gotten rid of a lot, are going to be like eliminated.
Yeah. No. And I mean, there's a certain energy to commitment. Like making a commitment to something usually blows up everything. We talk so much about committing to your life and access, and this is a really, really good example and tool to play with is with commitment is committing to actually choosing this. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention is it's going to all be charged in Canadian dollars. So if you're an American, it's going to be like $25 a month for you, or 20, I don't even know anymore because it's like 50 cents on the dollar. And if you're any country in the world, it'll be charged in Canadian dollars. So just
It's an amazing deal because this class is this
like
whole
$1 a
series
day.
has changed. Yeah, this
50
series has
cents a day if you're American.
it's even less than Starbucks coffee, right? It's even actually less than Tim Hortons coffee. So if you're actually choosing to
And
commit
it's
to your
Canadian,
life,
like Tim Hortons coffee.
I know, right? And it's like $1.50 for Canadian Tim Hortons medium or something. I don't even drink coffee to know that much, but I know that because I know other people who do. So if you're going, I don't have money for this, it's $35 a month. Really look at how much money you're spending on other things. And if you actually chose to commit to your life and put that dollar a day towards your creations and towards commitment to you, I'm going to put $1 a day towards committing to me. What the heck is that going to look like? That's just crazy. It's crazy awesome. Like whoever's going, yeah, that's just silly. It's $1 a
Yeah.
day towards a commitment to you. I love it. I love it.
So Canadian dollars, commitment to your life. That's it. Come, and it's like, frick, I'm excited. I'm just freaking excited. So
I know we're only like we're 12 days away at this point. So for those of you listening, today is August 28th, and we're 12 days away, and the energy is building.
Say the date. And it starts at 2 Pacific. It'll be my very first day in my new apartment. So
I love that.
Like
it's going to be romantic.
And then I will stop. I hope I have internet by then, or else I'll be doing this from a cafe. I have to get internet.
Or from Daria's house.
Daria's house. No, it has to be from the new Magic apartment.
I understand.
Oh, it'll be like the House to Magic, but house spelled H-A-U-S, House of Magic.
I like it. H-A-U-S. And the Magic, M-A-G-I-K. Cool.
Totally. That's too far, please.
Right out of the box. So everybody just please play with the idea of like, what would your life be like in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, if you actually chose to every day pull energy to all your creations, to pull energy to everybody's creations, to just be that invitation to your life and to the whole planet for greater possibilities to show up, for possibilities you didn't even know existed to show up. And how also that you can create targets, and your targets can change all the time. So you could start this club with the target of wanting the Lamborghini or thinking that Lamborghini is going to change your life. And by the end of it, you could be like, wow, I'd really like to own a resort in Puerto Rico. You never know where it can go, right? It's like, what is that actually you see is going to be the greatest contribution to your life, and that it changes all the time.
Totally. Oh, and you can try the first month, and if you don't like it, you can stop. That's cool too.
That's just crazy talk. So she's giving you a 1 month in if you'd like, and you can jump out if you like. So how does it get any better than that? I'm so excited.
Me too. Okay,
I'm so excited.
I love you
my
guys.
face is contorting.
I love you all, and I'm giving you kisses across the world. I hope some of these are going to Australia, India, Japan. I love you all.
I love it. I can feel those.
I can't wait. I can't wait to play. Okay.
Yay, thank you, Julia.
12 more sleeps. Like Christmas.
Yay.
Okay, lots of love, guys.